There was your thing used to knock me about that spot, because when you would nipper like that, you were very much under their care. And I had to be in by 9 o'clock, which didn't go down a whole while. When it come to hay time, I could work till 11. In fact, I've seen us getting the horses into morning when the first shift of a pit across the road was going to work, and they had to be down pit for 6 o'clock. And I've seen us, and they worked 8-hour shifts, and I've seen us carting at night when second shift went yam, so we'd gone past full 16 hours. But I could do that all right, but yet ordinary times I had to be in by 9 o'clock. It was your night boss asked me to court Big Rig, this is where I lived, not as I said 5 minutes away, to borrow a riding saddle of a fellow that worked at pits but had a pony and used to do a bit of riding, because boss wanted to go to Whiteham Shore next day. Well, I went to say about this saddle, and his wife said, oh, Tom's at work, he doesn't come yam till 10 o'clock. Well, that is, he come up pit at 10 o'clock, so it would be 8 past by the time he got yam. I waited away. Then I went back at 10 and gets this saddle on my shoulders and dragged it to the farm. And I was, like I said, number to nipper, it was a fairish weight. Anyway, when I got there, I was locked out. I thought, this is a queer do. Anyway, boss must have heard me because his face come out at bedroom window. What the hell you been doing till this time of night? Well, I said, I've been getting that saddle for you, but Tom was at work, so I had to wait there. Oh, now this was all right. So he come down and let me in, and all was well. Well, we just nicely getting 8-time hour when, for some reason or other, boss and the horseman fell out. And so the horseman left. This was very unusual practice for to leave in middle of 6 months, but anyway, he left. Well, he still wanted the man, so not my eldest brother, but one of my elder brothers was out of work at the time. He was about 6 years older than me, so he hired him on. Well, it was the day boss and me were churning. In them days, there weren't dairy farms like they are now. There were mixed farms, but they kept a few cows, and then they used to churn, they separate milk, what they called separating. They were taking cream for the milk, and then they used to let it stand a week to get a bit on the sour side, and then once a week they churned it in the butter to go to the market. Well, boss and me were churning out in the yard there when it was really hot weather, and we were churning away. Well, as a rule, when you were churning, after a while you could hear it, what they called break. It started bumping more or less in churn as you were turning, and it was, well, it was crystallizing really. It was turning into solid, you see. Well, then you just give it a little bit to wash it, opened it out and run buttermilk off and took butter out. Well, we were churning away, and Mrs. was singing Claire's out, and she was gone past us, and she said, "It's broken, Willie." "Nay, it hasn't," he said. "Yes," she said, "it has, it's broken, I tell you." He said, "It's never altered, has it, Jimmy?" Well, I wasn't going to argue with boss, so I just let it go at that. Anyway, it churned away, well, he thought, there might be something in it, he was going to have to see, so he opened the churn, and, oh, you never saw it like it, it had broken all right. And then we churned it damn near back to cream. It was blooming soft stuff. What she made of that lot, I don't know, because she was a real good hand at making butter, but they had a real old argument about it. Anyway, being a woman, she couldn't let job rest. At dinner time, we were sitting in having dinner, she started to tell my brother about this, like, and he says, "Well, it had never altered, had it, Jimmy?" She said, "Well, I tell you," he says, "if thou doesn't shut him mouth, I'll let the right how it did with that gut lump of beef." A bit later on in the year, we were taking tatties up. Well, practice them days, there wasn't all these fancy machines, like I said. You used to plough them out, and then you went on your knees and scratched them out at soil and threw them aside and left them in a row for to dry a bit. And then you come and picked them up and either bagged them or carted them and took them yam. Well, that day there was 2 or 3 bits of lads for Cleator Moor, 3 of them anyway, just on about my age, and like I said, everybody was out of work, so they had nothing else to do. They was cutting them out and giving us a bit of a hand to load these tatties. Well, all went well. My brother went yam with your load of tatties, and I was left with these three on my own, and they got the larking about, and then got onto the cart and started, well, they were scrowing what taters about. And so I stuck it for a while, and then I said, hey, come on, out of that cart before I knock you out. Well, now, this was a bit of a doctor's thing to say. I just realised what I'd done. I was about frightened out of my wits, because they were all about my own age. Anyway, there was deathly silence. And two that was in the cart stood and looked at one another. So I grabbed out a couple of the biggest taters I could find, and I said, all right, come on, we'll see if I mean it. Well, I looked at one another, and one says, all right, and out they got, and off they went as quiet as blooming mice. Did I breathe a sigh of relief if them three had started on me? They would have blooming murdered me. But anyway, I got away with it, and there was never a more frightened fella, I'll tell you, than I was till they got out of that sight, because my brother had gone, and that was it. Well, I stopped there till Martin, till term week again, and then that farmer was packing up in spring, so he didn't really need two of us, so I left, and he kept my brother on to help him to prepare for sale and everything, and I left. Well, I went to Egamouth Iron Fair on Saturday morning, but there wasn't much doing. I didn't get hired, so I would wait till Thursday and then got at Whitehaven Iron Fair. Anyway, cottage where we lived was right against the smithy. And of course I had knocked about smithy quite a bit, we'd been so handy, and blacksmith knew me well enough, so there was a fellow called Robert Crichton, a Scotsman, for a farm near Assemblees, and Tommy told him that I was wanting a job, so he come to the house. Big, burly Scotsman he was, Robert Crichton, and so we got on talking and what we could do and all the rest of it, and what sort of a wage do you want, my boy? Oh, I said, £9. No, I never paid a wage like that. He said, I paid a lad £12.10 and £3, but never 9. Anyway, I was after me 9, but we finally agreed on 8. Well, where I said usually about fashion penny, he gave me 2 bob. He says, here's 12 bob for thee. Well, it had always been said, I don't know why, that if ever a farmer give you 2 bob, not to take it, it'd be a bad spot. Well, I took it all right, and I took no harm there, but I would think it was as bad a spot as I ever had, but still, as I say, I took no harm there. When I got there, I found out that we didn't sleep in the house at all. They had made a louse box out in the yard into a bedroom, concreted it out and put a fire grate in, but concreted, mind you, and there paper in and out of that. Well, I can tell you only 2 things that happened in that bothy, so I might as well start with them for while I was there. If it was a right wet night, instead of going out as me and the lads did and congregating with other lads for farms and that, we would put a fire on and stop in. Well, there was 3 beds in there. There was one in a corner on left and one in a corner on right, and then Osman's bed, he was across the bottom of one of the others, because there was 5 on it. There was 2 in these other 2 beds, and Osman in that one on his own. But we found out with shoving his bed up between the 2, it just filled that space. And then we used to roll a pair of stockings into a tight bow and play a football, or anyway, some sort of a ball game, across them beds. Well, they were tackling and knocking an hour and such like. Eventually, bed sides got bent away down till it finished where a log of wood stuck under to hold them from going any further. Well, next thing, boss took these irons, the bed irons to smithy, got them straightened with dire threats as to what would happen if we ever did it again. I know, your Sunday, the other 2 lads had gone to bed. I should rather explain that. Quite often at farm work, lads would go and leg on Amo on a Sunday and never sleep. A bit of time we had between doing up, because that's the only time you had any idle time on a farm. And these lads just got under the bed clears. We left the shoes sticking out. Never took the boots off, just left them sticking out. Well, I never could sleep on a Sunday afternoon like that. Never could sleep through the day. So I would finish up with tying two of those laces together and then wake them up. Well, Janet Sons was in this Sunday when I did this. Well, he went in the house, of course, and told what fun we'd been having. Well, she landed out. Up to then, maids had always said we was cleanest set of lads that ever had. But by golly, she didn't walk into them lot for living in beds with the claws, and you dirty devils.